this video, we are going to define terms related to expressions and linear equations. These problems will be like those from 6.1, numbers 1 through 9 odd, and they are just fill in the blank questions. So I'm showing you the question on here and filling it in on my worksheet. Since there's no work to work out, I'm not using the whiteboard today for this video. So a letter of the alphabet used to represent numbers is called a variable. A collection of variables, numbers, parentheses, and operation symbols is called an algebraic expression. The parts that are added or subtracted in an algebraic expression are called terms. The numerical part of a term is called its numerical coefficient. And an equation that has an infinite number of solutions is called an identity, because it's always true for every number. Okay, so let's go ahead and maybe look at some examples of these things here. So if I have an expression, let's say, that is 3x plus 5, then 3 is the numerical coefficient of this term. This is a term, and the x is a variable. And 5 is also a term, and the terms are separated by an addition or subtraction sign. This whole thing, 3x plus 5, is an expression. And that is most of these things. Let's go down and let's show you what an identity would be as opposed to other types of equations. So if I have a literal equation that I'm trying to solve, something like, let's start off with something that's not an identity. 3x plus 5 equals 14. And I solve this equation, which we're going to talk about how to do later in this section. Like that, that's a conditional equation because it's only true under the condition that x is equal to 3. Right? So I could have something that's a contradiction, such as this. And if I tried to get my x's on the same side to solve, I get something that says 1 equals 0, and that is always false, which makes this a contradiction. But if I had something like this, and I would simplify that, subtracting and getting the x's on the same side, this is always true, So then that's what we're going to call an identity. And a contradiction has no solution, and an identity, its solution is all real numbers. All right, so we'll see some more examples of those types of equations, which is an equation is a more than an expression or relation. It has an equal sign in it, and it has either no answers to it, a limited number of answers to it, or an infinite number of answers to it, depending on what kind of an equation that it is. So we'll get more into those later. Next time that we come back, we are going to talk about how to combine like terms from 6.1 and what like terms are. So I'll see you for the next video.